When life feels overwhelming and your heart searches for a sign, a single Quran verse can arrive at the perfect moment, like a light cutting through darkness. This is the verse that finds you when you're lost, strengthens you when you're weak, and reminds you Allah has already written your ease. What moments when the heart seeks guidance? The most life moves in cycles, times of ease, times of pressure, and times when the soul feels stretched beyond its limits. These are the moments when a person instinctively searches for something deeper than human reassurance. It may be after losing a loved one, facing betrayal, experiencing financial strain, or battling uncertainty about the future. The heart begins to ask questions no one around you can fully answer. There are days when emotions become too heavy, and even simple tasks feel like climbing a mountain. In these phases, the mind is restless and the heart is sensitive, open to receiving any voice that can bring comfort. And this is often when a verse from the Quran stands out, something you may have heard before, but never truly absorbed. What makes these moments unique is the state of vulnerability that softens the heart, making it more receptive to divine reminders. This deep emotional openness creates space for spiritual healing that ordinary conversations cannot offer. People often describe this experience with phrases like, "This verse spoke directly to me," or "It felt like Allah was answering my thoughts." When hardship intensifies, the soul naturally searches for meaning, and divine words become an anchor. This responsiveness of the heart during suffering is actually part of Allah's mercy. He knows that human beings draw closer to Him when worldly distractions fade and pain pushes them toward reflection. Thus, the Quran becomes more than a book. It becomes a mirror that reflects your inner state and gently guides you back to clarity. During such vulnerable times, even a single verse can settle the turmoil within. It helps unravel the knot of confusion and offers a perspective rooted in divine wisdom rather than human fear. This is why people often find certain verses not just relevant, but deeply personal during hardship. These guiding moments are not coincidences. Rather, they are precise comforts sent by the one who knows what your heart struggles to express too. The meaning and depth of the verse. With hardship comes ease. The verse "Inna ma'al usri yusra," indeed with hardship comes ease, may appear simple on the surface, but its depth is profound. It is structured in a way that emphasizes certainty. Allah does not say ease comes after hardship, but with it. This linguistic choice indicates that relief is intertwined with the struggle itself. Hardship never exists alone. Within it lies the seed of ease that Allah has already prepared. This verse also carries a unique repetition. Appearing twice in Surah Ash-Shah, scholars explain that this repetition serves as a divine reassurance that difficulties are never meant to break a believer permanently. Each challenge carries a purpose, a growth, and a hidden mercy. Allah is making a promise, not offering a suggestion or possibility, but a guarantee that every difficulty comes paired with its own relief. The ease may manifest in different forms: greater inner strength, new opportunities, wisdom gained, or an opening that wasn't visible before. This verse also teaches that hardship and ease operate in harmony, not opposition. They are part of a divine system designed to nurture the soul. Hardship softens a person, humbles them, and refines their character. Ease follows to restore balance and uplift the heart. When understood deeply, the verse shifts the believer's mindset from "Why is this happening?" to "What relief has Allah already placed within this challenge?" Another profound layer of this verse is its reminder of Allah's closeness. He does not leave His servants struggling without support. By revealing this ayah, Allah assures us that He sees the difficulty and has already paired it with a path of relief, even if that path is not yet visible. This knowledge alone can comfort the heart long before the outward ease arrives. 3. How Allah's promise brings strength and hope. When Allah promises something, that promise becomes an unshakable source of strength. Unlike human assurances, which may break due to limitations, Allah's words carry certainty, authority, and compassion. Knowing that Allah Himself has guaranteed ease transforms the believer's emotional resilience. Instead of drowning in worry, a person begins to hold on to divine assurance, which acts as a shield against despair. This promise brings strength in multiple ways. First, it removes the fear of permanence. When someone believes their hardship will last indefinitely, it becomes heavier. But when they internalize the truth that ease has already been appointed, the mind relaxes and the heart regains hope. Second, this verse empowers a believer to endure because they know their patience is not meaningless. Every moment of perseverance is precious, recorded, and rewarded by Allah. Moreover, this divine promise encourages the believer to look beyond immediate pain. It builds long-term spiritual strength by reminding them that Allah's timing is perfect. Relief may not come instantly, but its arrival is guaranteed. The heart becomes steadier when it realizes that pain is not a punishment, but a process designed by the most merciful. Through this understanding, believers find the courage to continue even when circumstances remain difficult. Hope also blossoms from this promise. It is not passive optimism, but a deep-rooted spiritual certainty. A person begins to trust that their life is unfolding according to divine wisdom. They start to see challenges as stepping stones rather than dead ends. This mindset shifts their emotional landscape. They become calmer, more trusting, and more resilient. This is the power of relying on Allah's words. They don't just comfort, they strengthen. 4. Understanding that hardships are temporary and purposeful. Hardships often feel heavy because they seem endless. But the Quran repeatedly reminds believers that all trials are temporary. They come for a specific duration, carrying lessons that are necessary for spiritual growth. No test is random. Every difficulty arrives with a purpose, tailored to each individual. Whether the trial is emotional, financial, or spiritual, it is designed to refine the believer in ways ease cannot recognizing. The temporary nature of hardship changes how one endures it. When someone knows there is an end to their suffering, patience becomes easier. The mind stops magnifying the problem, and the heart gains relief from the understanding that everything is part of a greater plan. This awareness helps a believer detach from panic and instead observe their situation with trust. Hardships also serve as turning points. They mend arrogance, soften the heart, and redirect a person toward what truly matters. Often, in times of comfort, people forget their spiritual needs. Hardship pulls them back to reflection, humility, and supplication. Through challenges, Allah develops qualities such as compassion, gratitude, and dependence on Him. Without struggles, these qualities remain dormant. Additionally, hardships uncover inner strengths a person never knew they had. Difficult experiences stretch the soul, revealing resilience and wisdom. What once seemed impossible becomes a lesson learned. And when ease finally arrives, the believer appreciates it more, having walked through darkness to reach the light. This transformation is one of the hidden mercies within hardship. 5. Trusting Allah's timing. and His perfect plan. Trust in Allah's timing is one of the most powerful aspects of faith. Human beings operate with limited knowledge. They see only what is in front of them. But Allah sees the full picture, the past, the present, and the future. He knows what you need, when you need it, and what should be delayed for your protection or growth. Trusting this divine timing requires surrender, but it brings immense peace. When someone trusts Allah, they stop rushing outcomes and comparing their journey with others. They understand that delays are not denials. They are divine preparations. A believer learns that every unanswered prayer may simply be waiting for the right moment. This perspective softens frustration and nurtures patience. This trust also teaches a person to accept life's pacing without anxiety. Not everything arrives when we want it, but everything arrives when it is best. There are times when ease is delayed because the person is not yet ready to receive it. There are times when hardship remains because it is refining weaknesses or building inner strength. Trusting Allah means believing that whatever happens has a purpose, even if the wisdom is not immediately visible. Another benefit of trusting Allah's timing is the tranquility it brings to the heart. The believer no longer fights life. They flow with it, knowing Allah is guiding every step. Their du'as become more sincere, and their reliance on Allah becomes stronger. They begin to see each situation as carefully orchestrated for their well-being. This deep trust removes fear of the unknown. When the heart knows Allah is managing everything, uncertainties lose their power. The future becomes a place of hope, not anxiety. Through this trust, a believer experiences a spiritual ease that often arrives before the external ease manifests. May this reminder bring peace to your heart and guide you through every hardship. If this touched you, like, share, and subscribe to Sacred Deen. Comment, "May Allah bring ease to my life," as your prayer today, and may Allah fill your path with light and relief.